What's going on, everybody? It's Popular Stranger back at you with video number 2 of the day. Road to the Playoffs content is officially live, and I am here to bring you guys all the new content. The previous video that I've already uploaded, we took a look at all of the new Road to the Playoffs solo challenges and what they reward. So if you missed that video, be sure to check it out. In this video, we're going to talk about the MVP sets that just came out for us, and it's important that you do watch that solo video because the solo challenges, there are some elite solo challenges that we went over, and once you complete them, you earn a MVP collectible, which would go towards one of these, each of these sets that you're going to look at here. So, MVP set, we're just going to dive right over real quick. We're going to take a look at one, for example, and then we'll go through all of them to see what the rewards are. But I'm going to go straight to the Eagles, and there it is, the MVP Eagles collectible. So you can only earn this by completing the MVP Elite Solo Challenge, and you can only complete that solo challenge by completing the Road to the Playoffs string of challenges. But here are the cards that you need in order to collect this, and it looks like the reward for the Eagles is Malcolm Jenkins. Well deserved, he's having a great year, and I really like the design of these Road to the Playoff cold cards. So we got Zach Ertz, Cedric Thornton, Brandon Graham, Jeremy Maclin, James Casey, Brandon Boykin, Michael Kendricks, Brent Selleck, Todd Harrimans, Lane Johnson, Fletcher Cox, Bradley Fletcher, Nolan Carroll, happy to see he got a card, D'Amico Ryans, Connor Barwin, Kerry Williams, and then there's one elite, and it's going to be, it looks like the base elite, so that's very interesting. It's not a Road to the Playoffs elite, but an actual base elite that you need in order to complete the set, and it's Evan Mathis. And then you need 2 elite badges, okay? So, now, these badges look a little different to me. Did they just change the design on them, or are these a different type of badge? I'm not sure. Somebody let me know in the comments. So there you have it, man. There's how you got to do it. It looks like it's not going to be as difficult as I thought, because it's mostly gold cards and then 1 elite, which happens to be a base elite, which, you know, those have been in packs for a while. So if you got some base elites in your, in your binder, these things might become way more valuable. So let's go over every single team here. We're going to start off with the Chicago Bears, and the reward is a 93 overall Jay Cutler. And I'm just going to quickly go through all of these so you can see what cards they require. I'm more interested to see what elite cards they require. And this one looks like the Willie Young, and that's probably not the free Willie Young that they gave us yesterday. So this collection, or this set, is different than the Eagles because you need a Road to the Playoffs elite and not a base elite, so maybe I have to backtrack all my statements. So the Bengals, you're going to get a 93 overall AJ Green. That looks really nice. And you do need a Road to the Playoffs elite Andrew Whitworth. So maybe what this is telling me is that my Eagles, they didn't get, and that's kind of funny, but they didn't get a brand new elite card Road to the Playoffs, which is kind of dumb because they have one of the best records in the NFL. So with the Buffalo Bills, you get a Kyle Wilson 93 overall. Looks like you need an elite Jerry Hughes to complete this collection. We'll move on to the next team, which is the Denver Broncos, and it's a 93 overall right end DeMarcus Ware. It looks like this one's going to need a base elite, and it's a Quib Talib. So this is another one similar to the Eagles. Again, another really good team that doesn't get a new elite card. Very interesting. So maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there are elite cards out there, but they're going to be really hard to get, and that's why they didn't want to put them in sets. So maybe the Eagles did get one. So here we go with the Browns. We kind of knew this one. The Mutt Twitter account tweeted this out yesterday. It's a 93 overall Joe Hayden. I'm not familiar with this elite player for the Browns, Joel Bettino, but it looks like he would be required in order to get the Joe Hayden. Move on to the Buccaneers. It's going to be a 93 overall Major Wright, and it looks like he's going to need a base elite, and it's Levante David. So looks like certain collections or certain sets are going to require base elites, and some are going to require Road to the Playoff elites. So with the Cardinals, you get a 93 overall Andre Ellington, and Gerard Powers is the elite card, the Road to the Playoffs elite card that you would need. Chargers, I believe it said, yes, Dwight Freeney from Syracuse, and the elite that you need is a Brandon Flowers, which I so happen to have. So maybe just maybe I'm going to go after that. And by the way, I didn't mention it, but you get 20K for each of these as well. So let's move on to the next one, and it's an MVP Eric Berry, and it looks like you need a base elite for it, a base Derek Johnson, which those cards were extremely cheap about a week ago. So that's going to be interesting to see if those Derek Johnsons go up in price. But a 93 overall Eric Berry. For the Colts, you get a 93 overall Vontae Davis, and he has man defensive chemistry. So I'm going to be trying to go for that one. DeQuell Jackson is the elite card. I didn't think he was really having that good of a season. Not that I watch many Colt games, but that's kind of interesting that DeQuell Jackson got an elite card. Maybe Colts fans can answer that one for me. So here we go. Cowboys MVP, you get a Tony Romo, so no DeMarco Murray. Jason Witten gets a new elite card. We'll move on to the next one, which is going to be the Miami Dolphins, and a Cameron Wake 93 overall is the award. Brandon Elbert wrote to the playoffs elite required for that set. Sorry, I'm kind of breezing through these now because I don't want to make this video entirely way too long, but I just more so want to see the elites that it's required. So the Atlanta Falcons, you get a 93 John Asamoah. And there are, let me just double check here, there are no elites in this one, so this one will probably be very easy to get other than just the elite badges that you need. We'll move on to the 49ers. It's going to be a 93 overall Anthony Davis, and it's going to require Anthony Davis base elite in order to complete. Rhyming accidentally, like Chris Smoove. The New York Giants, they don't deserve anything, but they're going to get an elite Will Beatty, and it looks like the Will Beatty silver card is required for this one. So no elites. That's how bad the Giants are, that they have a silver card in here. As an Eagles fan, I'm laughing at that. The Jaguars, a 93 overall Zane Beatles. And let's see, I don't think they can even have elites because they didn't have any base elites. So this one probably won't be too difficult to complete either. And that's pretty cool because, you know, you can always use help on the offensive line. A 93 overall Demario Davis is required for this one. And let's check out, it's Muhammad Wilkerson as the elite. So this is one, and he has man defensive chemistry, but I probably won't go after it anyway. I was going to say that's one that I could more than likely complete, but I'm not going to go for it. Lions MVP, you get a Nick Fairley. Glover Quinn is the elite that's required for this. Packers MVP, Jordy Nelson, not bad. I'm surprised that he got one, and Julius Peppers got himself an elite. I really like the design in the back of that card right there. And we'll move over to the Panthers MVP, a 93 overall Thomas Davis, and K'Wan Short, not really familiar with him, but again, a really nice design on the card. Looks like he gets the elite for that set. Patriots, a Rob Gronkowski. We already knew that from the Twitter tease last night. Dante Hightower. I'm really digging the images on these elite cards, these road to the playoffs. Justin Tuck, this is another one we kind of knew about because of the images they released, a 93 overall Justin Tuck, and it looks like you need a Marcel Reese base elite in order to complete that set. We're almost done. Hang in there, guys. Rams MVP, 93 overall Rodney McLeod. And Joe Barksdale, nope, not Avon Barksdale, but Joe Barksdale, elite road to the playoffs is going to be required for that set. Ravens, you're going to get a Jimmy Smith. I think I saw that in the picture yesterday. And Elmis Doomerville, elite, road to the playoffs in order to complete that set. Redskins MVP, a Corey, I don't want to pronounce his last name because I'm going to butcher it. And Jason Hatcher gets the road to the playoffs elite for that set. We'll move on to the next team, the Saints. Drew Brees, 93 overall. And it looks like Drew Brees base elite is required to complete that one. That was pretty cheap as well. 93 overall, Bobby Wagner, pass rush, run stuff, chemistry. I bet that card's going to be really nice. Michael Bennett gets the elite in order to complete that set. And the Steelers are going to get a Le'Veon Bell. I think that's well-deserved. And it looks like a base elite is going to be David DeCastro in order to complete that set. Texans, Andre Johnson. I thought it would probably be Arian Foster, but he has gotten a lot of cards so far. And Brian Cushing, which is a pretty cheap elite, at least it was, is going to be the reward there. Titans, they don't deserve one either, but it looks like it's Delaney Walker and Jarrell Casey elite is required to complete that set. And we got last, the Vikings, Everson Griffin, 93 overall. And don't be Adrian Peterson. John Sullivan is required in order to complete that set. So there are all the specifications if you're at school, at work. There you go, guys. Everything for the MVP sets. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with more videos coming up real soon. Peace.